Ex parte current is controlling president providing courts with the authority her enemy combating habeas corpus petition most recent jurisprudence with Justice Stevens. 6 turns most relevant president current provides a compelling historical precedent for the parts of the courts entertaining challenges that seek to interrupt the process of military commission. The circumstances of this case, like those in current, simply do not justify abstention, and the court's interpretation of blocks the detaining enemy combatants resulting in incoherent patchwork of decision. With these, by the enemy combating cases were submitted a common law decision making offensive universal agreement and son body law do not fully trust and off conditions warrant terrorism, nuance, specialized facts of imagination, jettison. The courts were left to split the difference between lower arguments which few Americans would actually sign on which united to find in terms of discussion until Congress assumes responsibility for shaming mold man accrued judgment hybrid account criminal military law tradition that will satisfy nobody except the judge piece by piece, question by question to create into existence and judicial intrusion will spill over to recent military commissions act of 06. The courts will uphold their authority under any habeas petitions. Blake 930 Wisconsin senators voted against the plan Bush's plan of prosecuting terrorist suspects. The Supreme Court might do this in McCormick University, Wisconsin, Madison extras. This could be challenged by the end of the year. Congress explicitly excluded in the court. This is on the way to the Supreme Court. I have no doubt about it. Military mission bill arose out of Hamden. If the habeas corpus provision that is likely to be first challenge of constitutional law, professor agree with the assessment habeas corpus may be the issue that would get the courts to act. The courts gravely jeopardize habeas petitions, opens the floodgates, and this litigation gravely jeopardizes warrant terror. Hemingway, the 6th, the Supreme Court with a detainee related issue in Hamden, then rejecting claims that a government that detainees held against over 90 U.S. territory thus could not seek habeas relief for all the detainees were entitled to seek review detention under federal habeas statute. The response reflects the fundamental misunderstanding nature and purpose of enemy detention, global war terror, and torture application of criminal law concepts due to fundamental law war issues. This is a court decision coupled with a perceived ambiguity. Supreme Court decision currently feeling the wartime detainee habeas petition or present number of scope or 200 detainees again by file petition. The courts by merchant law war council of criminal law open up Pandora's box island litigation. Our enemies have our enemies law war's unique body of law formed left for the discretion of military and commander chief subject to Russia oversight. The courts of following law enforcement paradigm focused on rights of counsel. Access the information right to be heard to rebut findings and detainees are not held on basic criminal charges. Detainees are held and remove their hostilities to ensure they do not return to fight against America by targeted instances of its of course. Focusing on criminal law concept demanded far more of the military justified detention and currently required under law. So where those who fail to recognize the distinction between law enforcement and law war paradigms expose the naivety of individuals in the academic world far removed from war disorder. The application of law enforcement and jeopardize the fundamental principles of law and war and undermines the ability of America to wage war effectively and specifically these habeas petitions that have shown effect on entire chain of command from military planners such as the ground ability to wage war and terror. Dolan, find the risk of habeas corpus should not be sufficient to expand courts part of the area's tradition reserved to Congress executive habeas so use no purpose release as to why remedies available to judicial branch should not be employed to use force to employ interrogation methods that would certainly not pass muster and you show and if it is under territorial somebody but a physical capacity against the federal court judge jurisdiction that all of the practice of the judicial review person involved use competition use courts for writs of habeas corpus Saddam Hussein conviction may be argued that the courts give due deference to military operation that answer does not suffice if the courts eventually reject the detainees claims it was will be an unbelievable imposition if field commander should respond to prisoners can be a larger imposition used from policy to explain a federal judge return of prisoners to their home country seems to be undisputed that interrogation detainees has served a valuable function. Effective interrogation cannot be completed today, so all too often months are necessary key detainees for contact the outside world less contact reinforce the concerns resulting in to resisting American interrogators belonging to Manikato is of paramount. The importance of U.S. security generally the individual detainee has right to be brought forward for a match within 48 hours. The detention bringing in a person before the match within 48 hours is impossible in the case of terrorism. Detainees may never be the trials not clear they violate and use not a purpose beyond holding the individuals as first to prevent them returning to comments and arms. Second, the information were bust of other Al Qaeda officials allowing people to meet with attorneys before the time will impede investigation prior to obtaining information made difficult for the government to show that individuals and enemy combated by here in the cases too early courts may impede the government's ability to effectively conduct military anti-terrorist operation. Detainees will seek habeas review early enough to interrupt the government's information gathering. Courts will have no guidance to decide a lack of ability resulting either inconsistent or haphazard adjudication equally problematic and to which a senator may not be applicable and interposed to the judiciary. However, minimally between U.S. and military and individual captures likely to destroy not only on military intelligence operations but in U.S. foreign relations as well. And this judicial intrusion is irreparable harm to intelligence gathering guarantees future terrorist attacks. Three, judicial intrusion is what hampered the war's ability to bring aid and comfort to enemy situation. Precision commanders not only with enemy when even intrusion would be difficult to find. More effective fluttering of field commanders and other very enemies use order to reduce the submission of common counters on civil courts and avert its efforts for military offensive. Rather, the important military entities only made more acute. The nature of the attacks with the war, Al Qaeda interrogate enemy commanders for information about coming attacks, judicial review threats, and the very effectiveness of military effort against data of habeas proceeding can become the form for recalling commanders and intelligence operators from field to open court disrupting over and covert procedures for preventing successful military attacks and method towards the military chips activities to advance the judicial process and exit terrorism highly probable only by war and terror will prevent future attacks. Dershowitz 6. Western democracy not having begun to trust in a nuanced way the challenges posed by mass casualty suicide terrorism traditional paradigm might wait until the harm occurs and unpunished their harm doer and now work with the suicide terrorists who welcome so much of a new paradigm line anticipatory and preventive measures must be considered but such much inherent considerable dangers to civil liberties debate thus of what has been illuminated clash of ideological stream one side argue against any compromise what has been missing is when is the double approach new realities where the new realities for terrorists to be thwarted as war the electric transatlantic airplane pilot requires careful planning creativity exploitation of vulnerabilities and another terrorist strike against U.S. triggers massive use retaliation was on around the past 2 years of moderate U.S. policy. Gordon 6. The modified approach to foreign policy was immediately apparent in new tone and style adopted at the start of Bush's second term. The rest of Trump's country, a naked regrettableness to reach out allies got from the House of Power where the new considered he featured fragment his policies also started to shift. The March administration offered to open up a dialogue and Carolina was announced by the first Bush. Bush also made modest changes to the sense of foreign aid and climate change. Bush even modified his sense towards international organization, new direction of Bush's foreign policy far from robust. And then in the administration told the threat of terrorism requires the U.S. to operate under international rules. Power figures within the administration argued against pragmatism. What could cause Bush to reconsider his new approach on other major terrorist act if the U.S. city where hit more Americans might be the U.S. at war, and that of the administration press advisors in the world are worth their bomb and ran under prevent for acquiring nuclear weapons would seem rash to most Americans today. But in the wake of nuclear, even a dirty bomb attack, the calculation amount of risk of nuclear proliferation might look very different. The attack might even provide retrospective justification and record, reinforcing the notion the U.S. cannot risk acting if it's a potential threat of proliferation and U.S. global retaliation cause multiple scenarios for nuclear war. Course C. The horde that will search upon the nation will demand the press retaliate for incomprehensible danger done, damage done by the attack. The problem will be the press not needed to know now or against whom to respond, or will there be any clues? The first impulse will be the last of nuclear strike against Mecca to destroy Islam. Medina could be dead or targetless, just make them crystal clear the moment Mecca and Medina were wiped out with the Islamic control. More than 1 billion would feel attack. Nothing would emerge attack after the war between the U.S. and Islam. The apocalypse would be upon us. The would see this opportunity to grasp victory. Missiles struck from Russians and 4 American cities could be preemptive. Hardliners in Moscow argue there's some bit a better opportunity to destroy America. The Chinese may calculate and initiate a nuclear blow against U.S. or supposed allies in Europe. Made relative media reduction parts of the effect upon America. The greater goes in Europe. Never fully recovered from the disgrace of World War II. Or the press might simply decide to launch another nuclear strike on Tehran. A strike against Tehran would add more nuclear devastation. World calculation Muslims would see the retaliation as attack against Islam. Is hence the plan the United States Supreme Court should overrule ex parte Kieran 317 U.S. 1 1942 by the 9 review of petition for writs of habeas corpus filed. 9 enemy combatants contention to solve the judicial restraint is the only sustainable mechanism to provide the degradation of the armed forces. The complexity response to terror should be left to the other branches. McCaig 5 if guided by Brazil courts in 1863 or 43 would have been overrun with habeas corpus petitions where every wartime detainee having access to judicial relief, intelligence gathering efforts, be severely compromised, military resources, access procedures, not really try from fighting efforts, thus weakening the nation both in actual might in international relations. If I will not be any different in current war, Brazil may have been America's new tactics or the other such general actually teach my soldiers how to file habeas petitions. It would be a very substantial program, one we've never had a labor under the executive and legislative branch and not powerless to act against judicial encroachment because of court justifies jurisdiction of federal statute. Congress can reverse the decision by changing the statute. This, however, is not a panacea. So court may find a section justification in Constitution habeas corpus provision as the House swear in the Constitution the court could extend the protection of every court of earth. The ideal solution is judicial self-restraint, a serious appreciation of the danger springing from judicial involvement in military affairs. There is no legal justification for keeping Kieran on the books. It should be overruled. Cadial and tried to rescind this complicated statutory precedent just 2 years after Kieran. The same Supreme Court upheld government orders to propose for accompaniment of the liberties of Japanese American. Frankfurter called Kieran not having precedent and asked showed a principal reason for authorization. These evidence with government was recovered evidence of the FBI's bungling of his some highly questionable expert chosen by the executive spurt. The Supreme Court's unanimous decision, despite the court sometimes adheres to strong star decisions, the court has overruled them over 80 times in 27 years. Currently, the criteria typically offered for judicial confinement and reconsideration of this decision run under extreme time pressure with respect to virtually no reliance interest at stake and demands for accountability and executive restraint do not merit judicial review. The court only had confusion flexibility warrant term McKay. The court sees constitutional vested powers from the branch of government most directly accountable people. This was advised that some suspected terrorists may be improperly detained even if that intentional assassination conduct unfortunate about the scope of history is neither surprising nor acceptable given the risk presented by modern terrorist actors projecting citizens by outside or foreign enemies is the first obligation of any government to defend the American president will and promote his value can sometimes be an ugly business and judicial review is not always appropriate when faced with great matters of security. The court should outside democracy and accountability. Such a course of action would be safe and sure as way to preserve justice while pursuing victory and court inflexibility by counterterrorism operations and constitutional straight checking. The intricacies of counterterrorism mandate court withdrawal shall be for the proponents judicial summons be offered justification for why the courts is superior for local branches given a fluidity which international norms can conform and form for affairs change over time. These factors prove to be a significant institutional liability and conduct for results in the creation of constitutional straight checking by the decision maker freedom of the political branch because nation states and international context do not face the same body legal constraint as domestic actors require much more flexible policy space. The legal political atmosphere in which more the decision made is often not amenable judicial resolution. The difficulty in the deriving judicial centers of foreign affairs is not due to complexity of understanding foreign affairs but because of the very nature of the foreign affairs far dependent consideration real politics and use faces a new set of security challenges to terrorism, the constitutional constraint of political branches developing new methods for tackling these problems.
This first card you read says Kieran is the most relevant precedent. How do you know that's true?
That's the Justice Stevens decision from the Hamdan case, which was the most recent Supreme Court case on the issue of war and terrorism. Sorry?
How do you know he's right?
What do you mean, how do I know he's right?
Why does he know that it's the most relevant
This is the most recent application of Kieran. It is also the most recent application of a war and terrorism case.
Okay.
Hence, it is the most recent application.
Okay, so it's the most relevant precedent because it was cited once in a recent opinion?
Not cited once, it was the underlying justification for that decision. It was a rationale.
Okay, how do you know it was the rationale?
Because the court indicated so.
How did the court indicate so?
It said that from the Kieran decision, we have the authority to hear this case. The first question the court asked itself
The most
in...
recent piece of evidence in your app is from 9/30/2006, and it says the Military Commissions Act will still allow judicial review.
Our evidence says, however, our evidence says that in response to Hamdan, Congress is attempting to pass the Military Commissions Act, which would strike down judicial review. However,
Wait,
our evidence...
Did you just say attempting to pass?
No, it did
It did pass, pardon me.
The courts are going to strike that down. The courts are going to hear that in this term.
Our evidence cites University of Wisconsin experts who say that the court will hear it and the court will strike it down, reasserting its authority to hear these cases.
What is the value of voting affirmative? Why is it good?
Our Gordon, and Corsi evidence says it's necessary to avoid a nuclear attack.
Why does voting affirmative solve a nuclear attack? Why does Matt Moore signing affirmative on his ballot do that?
Our and Dershowitz evidence speaks to
the adoption. Evidence speaks to you and Chestnut in this debate round.
Our evidence speaks to the U.S. Supreme Court adopting a policy that would be able to avoid a future terrorist attack.
The Supreme Court to enact a policy?
I'm going to only repeat myself here. I can repeat myself again.
It seems like pretty obvious the answer is no.
Our Gordon and Corsi evidence define a Supreme Court action of a plan.
Are you just completely unwilling to consider the possibility that your plan might happen?
I will once again repeat myself here.
Yes, you are unwilling to consider the possibility that might happen.
We realize that clearly we are not the Supreme Court. Rather, we should have made a rule.
So why is it good to vote affirmative if you're not?
I explained that because our Gordon and Corsi evidence says that if the Supreme Court...
your big impact claims, which would happen if you passed a plan, why is your plan good given that you don't pass a plan?
Our 1AC evidence only speaks to that question.
Okay, so you have zero